outside shot, crazy post game. You know, when he wants to post up.
Right.
I mean, you got him and KG down there. That's trouble. You got Paul Pierce and Ray. I mean, that's tough. That's tough. How you feel about that?
Man. When I first heard that this guy was on the market and we were the one of the 2 or 3
Right,
teams
San Antonio
that
was in
it,
the mix for him.
D, I swear to God, I thought it was Christmas, man.
Yeah.
I mean, all I kept thinking was Rasheed Wallace matched down there with Duncan.
I'm glad he went to Boston. Get him out of the West.
Man. Oh, I wanted him.
Yeah.
Total package.
Yeah.
He can back you down. He can hit the tray ball. He can pass. Total package.
Great cerebral game, man.
When Boston picked him up, I said, wow.
Yeah.
That team is scary, man. That team is scary.
And it's always been a thing in him with his attitude. But I feel Boston's
Similar
a right
Allen.
fit for
Right.
him.
And you know what? I'm going to cut you off, but it was one thing with me with Sheed, though. If you think in Detroit, she didn't really have a problem until Joe Dumars started trading everybody.
Yeah.
Like Phillips, you know what I mean? Then he was thinking about trading some other cats.
Yeah.
That's when Rasheed really started being the Rasheed that we used to seeing.
Right.
But until then, when they were winning championships and he was getting his shots,
Well,
it was all love.
When it
You know
cures
what I
all
mean? It was all love.
You know,
But so I can honestly say she's almost like Iverson. His name kind of precedes him, but I can honestly say we didn't hear too much from him until he started, you know, Joey D started making these, you know, god-awful moves and trades. So great pickup, man. I wanted him. I really wanted Rasheed Wallace, man. Believe me, I did.
I know Boston. Boston's a good fit for him, and I think he's going to be on his best behavior because you got a locker room with KG and Ray Allen and Paul Pierce, guys that he respects. Even Doc, he respects Doc.
And see, that's the key with Rasheed is if he respects the coach. Remember in Detroit, the one season that he didn't have any problems was when Larry Brown was coach, and actually with the. Of course, with the Carolina connections, he wasn't going to disrespect him. And I think you have the same thing here with the Celtics. He respects Doc Rivers so much, along with KG, Ray Allen, and Paul Pierce, along with the veteran group. But here's the name that I think the Celtics picked up that a lot of people don't realize is Marquise Daniels. That guy can play. And when you add a guy to him on a team that's already loaded, he's like a luxury piece. And I think he's going to bring huge dividends to them. And don't forget Sheldon Williams as well, probably one of the luckiest people in the world.
Oh, lucky Ralph.
I still don't understand Candace Parker thing, but that's another issue. But no, the Celtics are my team to dethrone. I'm calling it now, first show, ladies and gentlemen. The Celtics will be the team to dethrone the Lakers. So you have my sleeper. So you have my sleeper, which is Memphis, and you have my pick to win it all.
So are you saying so you're going Lakers, Boston in the finals? All right.
Absolutely. I'm going Lakers, Boston in the finals. I have you guys losing the Spurs losing to
the West Finals
and to the Lakers in the West Finals.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel if that's one team that can match up with LA and beat them, it is Boston.
Yeah. And that would be. Mega powers.
Oh man, you talking about that, man? Across the board.
Across the board.
And that's this segue right into that. Talking about the Lakers, talk about their pickup of Ron Artest.
I love it. I love it. Me personally, you get rid of well, not really get rid of, but you don't sign Ariza and you pick up Ron Artest.
Yeah.
That's Christmas, man.
Yeah, it is. That's Christmas. For Kobe,
only thing I'm kind of worried about is Ronnie. He's not going to get as many points as he did when he was with Houston and that sort of thing, but that's to be expected. You're probably, what, the 3rd or 4th option now? You know what I mean? Kobe.
Sometimes 5th.
You know what I mean? So
Depends on the night.
You know what I mean? So it's really, you know your role coming in. You're not really there for that. You go lock down the other person's best player. It's like we were talking about off screen when you told me he locked down Joe Johnson the other night. You know what I mean? That's what you do. You know what I mean? Do that, and like I said, maybe at the end of the year, you know, you might have yourself a little ice.
No doubt. Yeah, because
great pickup, though. Great pickup.
That definitely relieves a lot of pressure off of Kobe.
No question.
You know, and you know, he's able to do other things. You know what I mean? And like you said, he's probably going to average about 12, 13, 14 points. But again, he didn't come in for that. He came in for a ring. You know what I mean?
That's all right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Let's talk about Vince Carter going to Orlando. What do you see going on in Orlando with Vince being there?
I thought that's a great pickup for them as well. I didn't like it at first, but watching him in the preseason and then watching him early he looks extremely good. And that team is loaded as well. I just think their youth will catch up to him again with this as far as the Celtics are concerned. And unfortunately, always with Vince, you have to worry about injuries and when he's going to be out for a stretch of games. You know he's going to be out for a stretch of games during the season. It's just when. And so I just think that, you know, they're very deep, very talented, but maybe 1 year away.
Yeah.
I think they need another big man to work out beside Dwight Howard.
Yes.
Give me one more big man that
some scoring down there.
Take something away from Dwight that he don't got to bang as much.
Exactly.
I tell you though, a guy who's a sleeper on that team is Bass.
Yes.
It came from Dallas.
Yeah,
He's a power forward.
Yes.
You know, he's young, energetic. You know, I think he's going to be a big help for them. And Ryan Anderson, another guy looked very impressive during the preseason. He came from out of nowhere. I never heard of the guy.
I
but
was about
good.
to say, who Ryan Anderson?
But you're right. Bass is going to be a key because he's going to be that junkyard dog type guy who gives the big guy a chance to breathe every now and then, who doesn't have to take all the brunt of the force every single night. So he will be a key, but if he doesn't step up, then I just think it'll be the same thing later on in the playoffs to where they just get out muscle.
I think that's what it's going to be anyway. You know, Bass reminds me of your old guy, Malik Rose. He played similar to him.
Malik, okay.
And he was in San Antonio winning those championships with Duncan and the Admiral. Speaking of San Antonio, let's piggyback into that and talk about Richard Jefferson moving into San Antonio.
Yes, I like it.
I know you love it. I know you love it.
I mean, it's one of them things, man, where I know you've seen a lot of it because we're in the West.
Right.
It's one of them things where we just had to get younger. You know what I mean? We're just too old. You know what I mean? And it's no knock on our organization because I see what they was doing. You know, y'all this nucleus bought us these championships, so it's kind of like we owe y'all this. You know what I mean? So, but it came a point where we had to, you know, thanks for what you did. We appreciate it, but we gotta move on.
Right.
So I think picking up Jefferson, you know, and saving a little money for this big 2010 free agency to kind of lock up Ginobili, I think that was big for us. That was real big for us, man.
You just hit on the point. Ginobili coming back. You remember he was injured last year. Him coming back is really huge for them. So you have him and Richard Jefferson in the mix, and then you throw in Blair from Pittsburgh.
DeWine.
He's been really good.
See, a lot of people slept on DeWine because he got his legs. He don't got no Achilles tendons or something in both of his legs.
But he's played with that for
that's what I'm saying. So they kind of slept on him with that. And you look what he did at college. He straight manhandled the beat. You know what I mean? So a lot of people kind of slept on that, and the medical records kind of dropped him a little bit down to where he landed to us, and he's balling right now.
I thought the Wizards made a huge mistake by not getting DeWine in the draft. I thought they made a huge mistake because I think he's just going to be one of those players that just lasts. He's going to be like you just said, a Malik Rose who just you look up 10 years down the road and he's still in the league.
Right.
So, but I mean, what do you expect from an organization like the Spurs? You know, they always seem to get guys and then, you know, 2 or 3 years into the guy's career, everyone's saying, why didn't we get him?
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of the Wizards, let's run into that because Gilbert Arenas is well, you know what we're going to do? We'll take a break and we'll come back and we'll talk about the Wizards and Gilbert Arenas. Then we're going to talk some college basketball. We're going to talk top 10 college basketball. So keep it right here. It's Round Ball Rap.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. We're down in St. Michael's, Maryland. Behind me is Johnny Depp's yacht. Let's go see if we can wake him up. What do you say? I'm talking about Johnny Depp, Edward Scissorhands, Jack Sparrow, baby. The only place you'll see this stuff is on MCTV, Channel 15, Eastern Maryland.
Welcome back to Round Ball Rap. I'm Dondre Phoenix along with Walter Phillips, of course, and man, Jermaine Mary. He's back on. I'm so glad to have you back, man.
I missed y'all, man.
It's good to be back.
I missed my team,
Good to be back.
I missed my team.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, they said, they said a third wheel is not good, but in this case,
it's
you gotta
lovely.
love it.
Yeah,
you know,
it's lovely.
Perfect.
That's
Absolutely.
right.
Combination.
That's right.
Three brains, baby. Three brains.
Let's get back to the Wizards. We're talking about Gilbert Arenas' return. He looks great.
He looks.
He's out to prove a point.
He's out to prove